Hey there guys, welcome back to another video where today we're going to be doing a shoot down by the river just next to the Dartford crossing. I'm going to be taking you guys with me and showing you how I do my shoots and how I specifically set up some good shots. Despite it being a little bit windy, the weather is actually surprisingly nice today. It's quite warm. Don't know why I've come out wearing a black hoodie, which is just bound to attract heat. So I can see myself taking that off very quickly. I do want to try using the 35 again more today. I've got the 50 on 5D right now, just because it's easier to carry around, but once I get down to the river, I'll be sure to switch over to the 35 and see how long my neck and back last out before it gets too heavy for me to carry, because I can see that happening very quickly. I also, unfortunately, the other day had to give my Canon, well, it wasn't mine, never was mine to be fair. I had to give back my Canon 10-18 wide angle lens, which I use for vlogging and YouTube all the time. So I'm having to stretch my arm out a lot more because I'm now using the kit lens, the 18-55, which is obviously not as wide. If the colours just changed, I've just changed over from neutral to standard colour, which is an error on my part. I'm also finding that I'm having to extend my arm a lot longer. So until I can afford another wide angle, I will be having to stretch my arm out a lot more, which is actually beginning to strain my arm quite a lot already. I was expecting that, to be fair. I'm also sure if it's a bit more shakier, just because obviously the tighter you go in with the lens, the more shaky it looks. Which is why the wide angle was so good for vlogging. God, my arm aches. Oh. Something else I want to try out too is actually shooting in monochrome, because a lot of times when I shoot in colour most of the time, usually in the 5D it's in the standard colour profile and then I edit it after, but I find that when I change them to black and white, it's not actually a true black and white, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm going to try shooting in monochrome and see if that gives me some truer blacks. A bit more contrasty images, if that makes sense, and see how that pans out. Can you imagine, right, I just had to try and fit through that gap with all my camera gear. There is another entrance down here, but the other one was quicker and I could do it, so I did. Just going to do a very quick kit swap. I'm sorry if that's a bit wobbly. My monopod isn't the most stable of stabilizers. Okay. I really don't want this camera to fall over. I can see it doing that because it's looking really wobbly. I'm going to give it a shot, and if it falls over, it wouldn't have been the first time, so it's alright. Oh! Oh my god, that was close. Big gust of wind nearly to that one over, didn't it? Safe and sound. Okay, so I've come across this sort of, I don't know what to call it, wooden dock sort of thing in the water, and I'm really liking the sort of compositions I can get with it. I might try and see if I can get like down there and be very careful to get like a lower angle shot on it. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I also just tried out a couple of shots in monochrome, and they're looking really, really nice so far. So yeah, not too bad. Right, here comes the part I have to be a little bit careful, because I'm going to try and descend down this little slope here without breaking my leg or something. As a disclaimer, I definitely do not recommend climbing over slippery rocks with a camera, or just in general. I have decided that this spot here, just there, that little edge, is going to be the spot for the next shot, just because it's nearly pretty much on the water's edge, so I can look across here and get a really nice landscape shot. It's also started raining a bit, which is a bit annoying, because the 200D isn't weather sealed and neither am I. So I will either have to take shelter or just go home. Neither of which I want to do because I want to carry on taking photos. Now if you're a beginner photographer, then you might be wondering why I like using prime lenses so much. And that's because, as I said before, it forces me to move around. The image quality is generally better, and also you tend to get prime lenses that have wider apertures as well. They may be a little bit heavier than zoom lenses, but if you're a professional photographer, you will know this already, or you will just prefer zooms. But prime is the way to go for me. It's getting a little bit sunnier now, thankfully, which is nice because it's bringing the colours back out. Because all the colours were getting quite muted and I was sort of being forced into monochrome, but seeing as the colours back out, might as well start shooting in standard colour profile again. Okay, so right now we're actually under the bridge itself. And I've actually got some pretty good results today, I think. I mean, the screen on the 5D actually isn't that great, so I never really know how good the results are going to be when I actually edit them, which is a bit of a downside. But from what I can tell on this very, very old pixelated screen, they're looking good. I'm kind of liking shooting in monochrome. It's forcing me to think a little bit differently about how I expose, which is cool. I like that. New challenges, new things to think about. I think I also underestimated how tired I am as well, because yesterday was my last A-level exam, so I'm actually done now, and this is the first day of summer, and I'm going to spend as much time as I possibly can doing this sort of thing. And I came out today thinking, yeah, let's go out, so take loads of photos, go on a massive walk, and now I'm like halfway through and I'm just like knackered. So I'll probably carry on for a little bit and then turn back and go home again, because I need a cup of tea. I'm thirsty. I've run out of warm water and a biscuit. So I've come about as far as I wanted to come to today. I'm gonna start heading back now, but I've put the 50mm on the 5D now instead of the 35. It's in the bag now. So see what type of shots I can get on the way back, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey there guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, then please like, share and subscribe, and until next time, I've been Harry and I'll see you in the next one.